Now to a novel approach to telling the story of the first ANZACs. A journalist and his composer friend have created Gallipoli the musical, and they hope their efforts will inspire future generations. Tracy Bowden reports.
Just before 4:30, at the stirrings of dawn.
It was a disastrous military campaign in which more than 8,000 Australians lost their lives. Now Gallipoli is the subject of a new musical.
Greeted by machine gun fire.
It's Australia's musical. That's the way I like to think of it. It's taking what is arguably the most iconic Australian story and it's retelling it for a modern audience.
I thought that it could be a very high-risk business because if it wasn't done well, a lot of people could get offended.
That's right, man. Fix bayonets.
3 Weeks in Spring tells the story of Gallipoli through two key characters, a war correspondent and a rebellious British private.
You say your name. Private Simpson, sir.
I play Charles Edwin Dane, who is the first correspondent ever to be sent to the front line for Australia and to report back on the happenings of the troops.
I play Private John Simpson.
That I've wound up here without a chance.
How much did you know about Gallipoli and Simpson before this?
To be honest, I knew the basics of what it was, but this musical has opened my eyes to so many different aspects to it, and it's just really confronting.
It wasn't until Englishman Ian Gerard moved to Australia that he learnt of the role played at Gallipoli by John Simpson and his donkey.
I just loved that story and I loved how he kind of epitomised the ANZAC spirit, so I wanted to build a show around him, but I also wanted to explore other elements of the ANZAC legend, and that's why I chose Charles Bean to act as the narrator.
I was a little sceptical at first. I'm used to musicals being very happy and very, over the top. And this one takes, this one's quite serious, and has a lot of, a lot of facts in it.
In this labour of love, almost everyone is playing multiple roles. Creator Ian Gerard is in the band.
Start digging in.
And composer Russell Tredinnick plays Colonel John Monash.
It's trench warfare now, lads.
I love musical theatre. I'll sit and watch anything, but this thing's got teeth. It's something that you can listen to, you can hum a few bars, you can tap your feet to, but it's also something that makes you think.
I really love the bits where all the guys are singing together as a group of mates, and that they're, despite all the adversities and despite all the horror that they're seeing, they're pulling together as one.
The musical follows the journey of the soldiers on the front line and their families waiting at home.
When's my daddy coming home?
I learnt that it was a struggle, really, not only for them, but for their families who were left behind at home.
You should remember it, because lots of soldiers lost their lives.
I want kids to be able to see the show. I hope they'll have been entertained, but I hope they'll have been moved by what they've seen. And I hope, they may even want to learn more about what the soldiers went through.
Those who created 3 Weeks in Spring hope that this first outing is just the beginning.
I think, particularly with the 100th anniversary coming up of ANZAC, I think, the time is right, and I really want this story to be heard by, people of all generations.